Hello, welcome to our channel. My name's Eric, and this is Monarch Market Gardens. Today I'm going to give you a brief introduction to our market garden. In the fall of 2016, we moved from a small quarter-acre lot. It was a corner lot. We did have a couple chickens and a couple small raised garden beds, but it wasn't enough space to grow a substantial amount of food other than a couple tomatoes and some other random produce. So we decided to purchase a half-acre lot in the same neighborhood. So in the fall, we were very busy with the move and the old house and the new house, transferring everything over, getting the old house ready to rent. But we did have to move our chickens. So one of the first things we did when we moved into the new house was to build a new chicken tractor. It was an A-frame style chicken tractor with a built-in coop and run that we had cranked down wheels on that we could move around the yard. And so we put it in a sunny spot where we were planning to put a garden bed the following summer. Collected all of our fall leaves, ground them up, put down cardboard, layered the fall leaves over the cardboard, and that was how we were preparing for our garden beds for the next summer. So our new house had a greenhouse window, and I had also always wanted to have a greenhouse of some sort for seed starts and things like that. But we never had room on our old piece of property. So now that we had enough room, I was looking into building a greenhouse. So while looking for guidance and plans on how to build greenhouses, I did come across a lot of YouTube channels. John Cullerton's Growing Your Greens, 1 Yard Revolution, Justin Rhodes, Jean-Martin Fortier, and Curtis Stone. So that winter I did start thinking about homesteading versus market gardening. And my goal last summer was to primarily grow food, but possibly start thinking about market gardening. In the winter, I did build a PVC polytunnel, which will be a whole separate video on the things I learned with that PVC polytunnel. That winter, I also did purchase Jean-Martin Fortier's book, The Market Gardener, which the biggest thing I took away from that was standardizing to 30-inch beds. I also was interested in a lot of the tools that he talks about, like a broad fork. At the time, it seemed like they were unreasonably expensive. So this past growing season, I put a lot of time and effort into building garden beds, building walkways, composting, hauling in wood chips, wood chipping different areas of the yard. At the time, I was very big into no-till back to Eden method, and so I was really trying to cover as much as I could with wood chips and cardboard. But I was also starting to be influenced by the Curtis Stone methods and was using some landscape fabric over the wood chips in certain areas to keep down weeds. So that spring, I was really struggling with, do I stick with the Paul Gauci back to Eden method, or do I incorporate or do the Curtis Stone high rotation, high yield, intensive spacing market gardening method? And I kind of was doing a little bit of both, but I didn't want to invest in the tools, so everything was hand planted, hand weeded, things like that. In the spring, I did end up rototilling to get the garden beds established, even though I was primarily going for a back to Eden wood chip method. And as a result of the rototilling, I did have a lot of weed pressure. The garden this summer was productive and we did get a lot of produce out of it, but we also had this intense weed pressure all summer long. So in the late summer, due to this constant weed pressure, I decided that I wanted to try the Curtis Stone method. So I did invest in a lot of the tools that Curtis Stone talks about. Just a basic propane torch flame weeder, broad fork, stirrup hose, a jang seeder, an earthway seeder, tarps, landscape fabrics, and a tilther. And all of that infrastructure to be able to do the high rotation, high yield, fast turnaround beds that Curtis Stone talks about. It was getting late into the fall, so I was in a hurry to get things planted, get lettuce and spinach and my fall crops planted. So I didn't do as good of a job of a stale seed bed as I would have liked. One bed I did tarp for a couple weeks. The other bed I just tilthered and planted in right away. That bed did have a lot of weed pressure, but was planted at a dense enough density that the lettuce and spinach overtook the weeds and it wasn't causing as big of a problem. I did have a lot of struggles with the carrots, which Curtis talks about being a struggle because they are so spindly and thin that they can't outcompete the weeds. All in all, the method was successful. This was the first time I have ever been able to grow lettuce in sufficient quantities to actually have a full salad, and we actually had enough lettuce for salads for 3-4 weeks, and we're also giving away lettuce. So around the same time, we decided that we did want to try giving market gardening a go. So we did start investigating different farmers markets in the area. We also invested in the Farmer's Friend Caterpillar Tunnel so that we could get our season started earlier. We did make some modifications to it, which will be a whole separate video. So we're starting the planning process for next year. I did last summer buy Curtis Stone's book and his audiobook and also his spreadsheets to start the planning process. So we'll be doing a lot of videos this winter on the planning process for getting prepared for the market garden for next year. So what is this YouTube channel about? We're hoping it'll be similar to the Curtis Stone farm vlogs. The daily journey, the struggles, the successes, what we learned, with some minor differences. We're in a different microclimate, a somewhat similar zone. We're in zone 5B here, but we will have a different microclimate. We're also in a slightly more suburban context, so we may have different issues with more weed pressure than Curtis has in such an urban context. And one of the biggest differences is we're starting the videos earlier. So Curtis often talks about a lot of the mistakes he made early on. You'll be seeing us from the very beginning of going from a small backyard garden to trying to become a profitable farmer's market garden. So I've had a goal of doing this YouTube channel since last winter and made an effort to do some filming this summer, but I have a bit of perfectionism and never felt the films were good enough or the camera was good enough or the audio was good enough, and was constantly trying to improve and didn't end up posting anything. So I'm going to take some advice that Justin Rhodes gives new YouTubers he meets, which is you need to post a video a day for 30 days and just force yourself to put out content, and over time it will just get better because of practice. Unfortunately, I have a full-time job and I work 3 12-hour shifts, so on those 3 days I obviously won't be able to work on videos. So my goal is to put out 4 videos a week. So that's a high-level overview of where we are right now. I hope that you enjoy these videos and that you learn something as you join us on our journey to become a profitable market garden. Thanks for watching.